Hey guys, my name's Luke Barton out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. So I'm going to just tell you a story about how I met Brian and kind of a neat interaction that I had with him at a EO forum talk where Brian was the guest speaker. I remember what stood out to me was I'm sitting in there, I'm a millennial, so I'm young. I'm used to being on my phone wherever I am. My wife complains about it all the time. But I'm sitting there in this meeting and this guy walks in and he's like, "Hey everybody, I'm Brian Dodge. Pew, pew, pew." And I was like, who is this character? I mean, at first I thought I was getting like punked. I'm like, what's going on? This guy has way too much energy for 8 o'clock in the morning. But what was amazing is there's 60 businessmen in a room who've got important emails to check and businesses to run, and not a soul was on their phone for 2 hours straight. And I was like, this is interesting. So blown away by his message, bringing energy home to the family, putting family first, and making your business a great place for the people that work there. So I met him afterwards. I said, "Hey, here's my card. My family has a Christian-owned seafood business." And he goes, Stop. You had me at Christian and seafood and family-owned." And I was like, all right. He goes, "Your card just went to the top of my pile." And I'm thinking, sure, okay. Big shot Brian Dodge, my card, whatever. Sure enough, 2 weeks later goes by, I get a call from Frank out of his office, and we talk, and I learn a whole bunch about what he does more in depth. And so I kind of put all this together in one simple little email and shot it to my dad at Sam Rust, Dan, and I just said, "Hey Dad, I've met this guy. He's very transformational in the way he speaks. The things he's done with businesses is just amazing. I really think you guys should consider looking at him." And 6 months goes by. My dad never even responds to the email. So then I get a phone call one day from Brian. "Luke, what are you doing?" I said, "Working, having a good time." He goes, "Listen, I'm going to be in town. I want to have dinner with you." I said, "Sure, sounds great." So he flies in, and I go pick him up from his hotel, and we go driving around. He goes, "What are you in the mood for?" And I said, "Seafood." He goes, "Okay, good seafood spot?" I said, "Yeah, there's this place called the Dead Rise on historic Fort Monroe." He goes, "Let's go there." I said, "Great." So we show up there, and we sit down, and all of a sudden it dawns on me. I'm like, I haven't even asked him why he's in town. I figured he was speaking at another event or something. So I said, "By the way, what are you in town for?" And he goes, oh, a place you might know. And pulls out his phone and starts looking through pictures, and he goes, "You recognize this place?" And shows me a photo of my dad sitting in his office at his desk. And so honestly, it was a very emotional moment for me because it meant two things. One, that my dad had taken my email seriously, and two, that they had actually engaged with Brian at the business level. And so it kind of gave me a really great sense of hope for our family unit and for the future of the business. And to this day, I still think about that as a very fond memory of just Brian having a good time, pulling my leg when he was in town to help my family get started. So that's kind of how I met Brian. And then here we are, fast forward 2 years later, and hanging out on the boat with Zach, his son, and Rob from the business, and fishing, and life is good. So thanks, Brian, for everything you did for Sam Rust. And for anybody watching this video, you won't go wrong if you engage with Dodge Development.